Hi everybody, just thought I'd do a little update, answer some questions. I have had a lot of people ask about our engineer gobies in our tank. Now there is not a whole lot of information out there on these guys. I did just add a little bit of food so that they would come out so you guys could see them. They are very eel-like. They're quite stunning as they get bigger, as you guys can see. As juveniles, they're kind of cute. They're black with horizontal little white and blue stripes. As they mature, however, they do get these white or gold bands. You see we have two. They get along very well. Not sure if we have a mated pair or just two that get along. They did live at opposite ends of the tank for almost a year, and now they've kind of moved closer together. There's our diamond goby. Like I said, we have two of them. They're Havoc and Mayhem. Just because if your structures are not secure, they will cause a lot of havoc and mayhem in your tank as they make caves and tunnels underneath your rock work there. But they're very peaceful little fish. They're quite beautiful. This was a compromise to an eel because unfortunately we do not have any aggressive fish, and that would have to wait for if you wanted to set up a more aggressive tank. So this was my compromise with him, and he kind of really liked them. They have gotten quite large in this system. Like I said, there is not a whole lot of information out there on these guys. Other than some people report a lifespan of up to about 3 years. They do breed in captivity, but hopefully ours live a little longer than that. And I can tell our two guys apart by their markings on their head. You see the band through the eye. That is Havoc. Quite a nice size on these guys now. I'd say they may be pushing about 6 inches now. They max out at about anywhere from 10 to 12 inches. They do burrow. Like I said, they are successful at breeding in captivity. You can see his main cave is actually not a cave. A little spot there. He likes to watch everything now, and the other one is right back there towards the back. In case people were asking how big the black and white clownfish got too, because they were really like those. Bonnie right there, that's the female. She is quite large. She got bigger than expected. Because if you can tell, she's about as big as the yellow tang, Lilo in there. But they make peaceful tank mates, the engineer gobies, convict gobies. I don't believe that they're actually a true goby. That is Mayhem. Now, I would advise that you get them as juveniles and you raise them in your tank with your fish. Try not to have fish that are smaller than their mouth, because they may attempt to eat those. And if people are following, you will understand why I have my little yellow clown goby in the other tank, because he is just way too small to be up here. I really like him and I don't want to lose him because I put him in a bad situation. There's BG being bad there with Lilo. I believe she has lost her pistol shrimp. I haven't seen it in a couple of weeks, so I think it may have moved, and she's been liking this rock under the mushrooms by the bubble coral where she used to be back in the back corner. So I believe her pistol shrimp may have moved on her. And you can see everybody's really fat and happy. You can see that I moved Binks, our purple tang, up to the top. And surprisingly, that went really, really well. He went through quarantine. He went in the holding tank for a while. And I moved him up here around the first week of January, and they have been getting along quite well. So hopefully the transition goes well long term. My lights just turned out on us. Turn that light back on. I don't have a filter for my camera yet, so get the remote here. There it goes. A little cyanobacteria started coming back last week, so we're going to do a big water change this weekend. We had a power outage, or 3 or 4 this winter. We had a couple storms come through, and I think the outages may have affected a little bit of temperature and got us into having a little tank swings. So hopefully everything's adjusted now. Got to tweak some flow yet, but all in all, the tank's come along really nice. And for those of you wondering, I still have our Dragonette Goby. He did get a little thin around September, but he has since plumped up. We've had him over a year now. He joined the party here. And everybody knows our green star polyp rock is phenomenal. I trim it about once a month, and I start little frags. So everybody's really doing well. And the bubble tip anemone, both parties are doing really well. However, the one that split, the mouth part has not completely went in, which hasn't stopped its ability to eat. It still eats its little bits of mysis and krill, little tiny bits of shrimp that I feed them, and it hasn't affected it, so I'm not sure what's going on with it. And no, the clowns do not pay attention to the anemones. The anemones do not host the clowns yet. So, not sure how that's going to turn out. But they like that spot and they've not moved. And I was talking about the power outages. It did affect my little SPS here. You can see the little dead part there. I'm going to have to frag it. Hopefully save it, but didn't lose that much of the colony, so that's a good thing. Lilo and Mavis been doing great there. There's Mo swimming around with his fat belly. Benny is still a bully. And that's our Bangui right there. I am not sure why Clyde has grown very attached to the Duncan here. So, if I zoom out a little bit more, you can tell that Bonnie prefers the leather, and thought I'd just answer a few questions on the Engineer Goby, give a little update. Like I said, there's not a whole lot of information on them out there, but they are fabulous to have. Good compromise, I think, between me and him, that to have an eel in the tank. I really didn't want one, so could compromise. And they're fairly active, so R2R. They've been coming out a lot more since they got a little size on them. I don't think they feel as threatened. Again, that's going to be an overview. When they're together like that, you can really tell the difference in their markings. There's Binks, minding his little business there. And Benny. So not a lot of changes in the tank. We survived the couple of winter storms, which is always worrisome, but all in all, I think we came through in pretty good shape. So I want to thank you again for all your questions and comments and support and what we're trying to do here. And basically, these are our pets and we grow very attached to them. So you all have fun enjoying your reef, and we'll see you next time.